So this right here is called a Tesla coil. Can everybody say Tesla coil?
Tesla coil.
Tesla coil. So Tesla coil essentially it generates electricity. Okay. So if we know about electricity, electricity is a type of energy. Now, I know it's been a while since we've been in science, right? But can y'all give me some examples of energies? When we hear energy, what do we think?
A dam.
So that true to company, but like a type of energy.
Light.
Kinetic energy,
Potential energy.
potential energy. What else? What else? I'm just curious what we're thinking out here.
Like you said, it's been a minute.
Okay, yeah, I totally get it. So specifically, right, electricity is one of those energies, okay? And specifically, this Tesla coil can generate a certain amount of volts. What are we thinking? How many voltage do we think this Tesla coil has? 80, a little higher than that.
110.
A little higher than that. But I'm glad that you said 110, side note. So when we look at these outlets right here, they actually have 110 volts in them, okay? But this Tesla coil is a lot higher than that. Let me hear a couple more.
240. 480.
820.
Let's keep going.
1,000.
10,000, there we go, and you are exactly right. So this has 10,000 volts, 10,000 volts in it, right? And with this 10,000 volts, I want to show you a couple different things because I know I don't want to hold you guys too long. So we have what we have here, volts, and then let me talk about this voltage shift. So with this is a light bulb, standard light bulb. And like I said, this Tesla coil generates electricity, right? So when I take this light bulb and place it towards a, guess what happens, right? It's going to start giving that energy, that electricity in a light bulb. Now, I love to focus on observation here, all right? So let's just do some, quick observation. What do we observe when we see this? Stops where my finger is, that's correct, right? So the reason why is because we as humans, we're great conductors, right? We have a lot of electrolytes in us, right? That's the reason why they say, do not stand under a tree because you are probably going to be shocked. And that is true because in that instance, we're a better conductor than the actual tree, okay? So with that, right, we also have, like I mentioned, with energy, can I get a volunteer real fast? There we go, there we go. No harm is going to happen here. No harm, no harm. Okay, so we talked about energy, and I can't go too in detail, but what we see here, right, I mentioned with the light bulb, we can see exactly where that electricity is. However, if I use that same light, we can see also how it's able to actually light up this light bulb, even though it's not touching it. Now, how exactly is it doing that? Because what we got to understand about energy is that energy is this as waves. So because it has that waves and it goes through in that motion, it's able to light this light bulb, depending on how close I get. All right? Thank you. So, one more thing before I sit down real fast. I need one more volunteer. I love participation. Let me see. What are we thinking? Any volunteers? There we go. I was like, the kids be volunteering, they be ready. I know that's not the case for us. All right, what's your name, brother? Harrison, nice to meet you. All right. So, one thing I always like to do, here at Don't Be Scared, we're preaching to be brave. That's what we're preaching here. And then before I even go, are you brave? Good. Okay, cool. That's all I need to know. All right. So, this is what I want you to do. Can you just stick out one arm? One arm. All right. I'm gonna wrap this around, just want to wrap this around. Here we go. You good? Okay. You still brave? Okay, cool. All right. So with electricity, right, we have what we call insulators and conductors. So, insulator, right, for example, it's like this rubber right here. It's unable to actually conduct any electricity, right? It's going to stop with the rubber. It's not going to flow through anything at all. Compared to if I take this metal in and it's able to conduct electricity, right? And metals are great conductors. So when I see this foil, is foil not a metal?
Yeah, it's aluminum.
Yep, Exactly, right? So this is a conductor right here. Now, what do we think is going to happen if I was supposed to take this Tesla coil that has 10,000 volts and shock this foil right here?
We should get away with this.
We are great conductors. Now, are you still great? Okay, so let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here.
Ooh, I felt that.
Felt a little bit. So, are you feeling it up?
Say it again?
Are you feeling it a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so a little bit. Now, you didn't feel that full extent, and that's because of this foil here, right? It's able to conduct. And the reason why it's not actually hitting his skin is because with this foil, that electricity is being spread out in the entire foil. So that's the reason why we're good. Okay? Go ahead and take a seat for me. Appreciate it. You guys are good. So, I mentioned, right, he felt a little bit, but he didn't touch his bare skin, right? Because this is 10,000 volts, so I would never want to do that. But what happens if I was supposed to do that?
Probably shock yourself.
I shocked myself. Now, matter of fact, I'm not about to do that, okay? I'm at 10,000 volts, right? Why would I do that, okay?
What if you just put one layer on?
One layer?
Yeah.
Still the same effect, right? Because it still has that conductor. But if you don't have a conductor, and say you actually shock yourself, right? You're going to be perfectly fine. Now, the reason why we're fine, because y'all see that I'm still alive, right? Or am I in heaven right now? Okay, I think I'm fine. Okay. So the reason why is because the key thing is wattage. So this has 10,000 volts. Very high number. However, you multiply volts by amps, that's going to give you a wattage, which in this case, wattage deals with the power effect of how strong that electricity is actually going to hit you. So in this case, this amps, this actually has 0.001 amps. Very small amperage, right? Because of that very small amperage, it's going to produce a very small wattage, right? And that's the reason why I'm fine able to shock myself, right? Just a little tingle, okay? Now, it's different from if I was supposed to take a fork and actually put in that outlet here, right? Because that outlet, even though it's 110 volts, it has a high amperage. And when you multiply those two together, what happens? You have a high wattage, right? So it can become deadly instead of a little shock in this case, okay? And this is essentially a little bit of what Don't Be Scared does here, okay? Different activities in this type of way showcasing STEM, right? Because we just need a very interactive educational way to approach our students in our underrepresented communities, right? So thank you all for allowing me to talk to you in this short amount of time. Definitely appreciate it. It was great to be here. And if you want to get in contact with me, we'll be over here a little bit. Feel free to reach out. But thank you all. Thanks for listening to this episode of Don't Be Scared. We hope you found this discussion valuable, helpful, and informative. You can reach us through our website, social media, or by leaving a review on your favorite podcast platform. 5 stars, y'all. And don't forget to check out our resources and services at Don't Be Scared, where we help organizations and individuals engage with science and pursue their dreams in the field.